Montreal. Thursday night football kicks off the 2015 season. Glad you're with us. 6-0 Alouettes. Henry Burris 4 for 4 out of the shoot. No points yet for the Redblacks. No scrimmage from their 46-yard line. Burris tossing again. And out of the backfield, up near the 52-yard line, is Brad Sinopoli, the former Calgary Stampeder, one of the 5 new weapons, the Fab Five, that Marcel Desjardins, the GM of the Ottawa Redblacks, went out and acquired in this offseason.
And a bit of a homecoming for Sinopoli, University of Ottawa product, former Heck Crichton Trophy winner. Is the most outstanding player in Canadian university football. He was, of course, a quarterback in those days.
With the GGs, now a receiver, and a good one to boot. 5 receivers set. Henry Burris, will he take off? Yes, he will on 2nd and 4, and he goes forward and takes a hit as he went to the turf and didn't like that. Thought it was a little late. We'll see where the spot is. Looks like it's very close to a first down, and they will move the sticks. Henry Burris told us yesterday, you know, hey, he just turned 40 years old. He said, my 40-year-old body still gets out of bed in the morning. My 40-year-old body still likes to throw. My 40-year-old body still can run.
I don't know how much his 40-year-old body likes to get hit.
No, not anymore. 1st and 10. In Montreal territory, Siobhan Walker. Something the Redblacks missed, especially down the stretch.
Well, they went through a number of different players at the running back position last year. After Walker went down, they found some success with Jeremiah Johnson. We'll get some time in the backfield here tonight. He already has 1 carry. Of course, Jonathan Williams as well last year. Pretty good for the Redblacks, but no longer with the squad with a healthy Siobhan Walker available.
6 yards to go here on 2nd down. Burris empties the backfield. Here comes the rush again. Good protection. He throws off 1 leg, and it bounces in front of Chris Williams. So it will be 3rd down, and the kick team returns for Ottawa.
Chris Williams and Jonathan Hepney. Hepney, who won that cornerback job in training camp. A lot of people thought Mr. Hepney may have been done in the Canadian Football League, but he's battled his way back to earn this roster spot.
Steph Logan is back. A great return on the opening kick. Trying to find the corner. Logan traps it there. Nice move, shakes on, but then is buried at the 10. 6 points on the board right now. All Montreal Alouettes on Thursday night football. Season opener on TSN. Home opener, season opener 2015. Time now for the GMC Coaches Playbook with the coach, Paul LaPolice.
Yeah, thanks, Rod. Watching film this week, one guy, I pointed out one guy specifically, Philip Blake, the draft pick for them. Great young football player. Watch him. He's a 310-pounder taken in the draft in 2011, 3rd round. He's at right guard here. He is athletic. He's a big guy who can move his feet. Watch him pulling out here. The first play of the game, goes ahead and cuts a player. I think this kid's going to have a tremendous career, can play any spot, offensive line. Throughout, he's going to be a great young player.
All right, thanks to Paul. Thanks to the panel for being here tonight. We got our whole crew to kick off the new season. Tomorrow night in Calgary, Grey Cup rematch, doubleheader on Saturday. Tonight here in Montreal as Terrell Sutton takes the handoff, carries the mail from Jonathan Crompton up near the 14-yard line. The Alouettes went and traded Ryan Bombin, and they got young Philip Blake.
You know, and Blake was a guy who slipped down in the CFL draft because he had NFL aspirations. He was a Denver Broncos draft choice. He's bounced around the National Football League for a couple of years. Finally decided this year he was ready to come back north. Native of Brampton, Ontario, a real football hotbed, but played a little bit of Cégep football here at Vanier College in Montreal.
Former Baylor Bear. There he is out there again, protecting Crompton, who rolls and throws and one hops it. So a very quick 2 and out for the Alouettes in a battle of field position early on here, as they nurse a 6-point lead. Again, a Terrell Sutton touchdown, and the point after missed by Boris Bede, and a lot of people talking about those point afters and all the new rule changes, including the rule change on punts.
Well, it's going to be interesting to watch right here, given this field position. The interior 5 linemen, center, 2 guards, 2 tackles, cannot leave the line of scrimmage until the ball is punted. Now you've got a relatively short field for Ottawa and a dangerous returner in Chris Williams. Be interesting to see where the Owls try to place this ball.
Those linemen stay in. Another big kick. Williams back at his 38-yard line. Finds a seam now. Runs into one of his own players. But then he's upended at the 47-yard line. Winston Venable making the tackle. Friday night football kicking off tomorrow night. Grey Cup rematch. Brandon Banks, Bo Levi Mitchell. 8:30 Eastern from McMahon Stadium in Calgary. Cats and Stamps. Full house here tonight. Molson Stadium in Montreal. Preseason is over. All of the additions, the rehearsals, and the cutdowns. Now it's back to business. Back to business for Henry Burris now. 2.5 to go. First quarter. Ball is knocked at the line of scrimmage. Very close to being picked off. Jonathan Heffney was in the area, but Burris's pass was deflected.
Well, they're trying to get the ball into the hands of Chris Williams. When you look at what this young man did with the Hamilton Tiger Cats in 2011 and 2012, there's no question why. 2011, he was the Canadian Football League's Rookie of the Year. Outstanding as both a receiver and return man, over 1,000 yards receiving. Upped his numbers in his second year in 2012 and led the CFL in touchdowns with 17. 11 as a receiver, 6 as a returner.
There's a pass over the top. Oh! Greg Ellingson tried to snare it. Marc-Olivier Brouillette, the free safety, supplying the lick downfield. Ellingson, his first pass from Henry Burris is incomplete, but he took a mighty whack here.
Well, another of Burris's former favorite targets from his time in black and gold. Ellingson running down the hash, breaks to the post. But Brouillette coming to help his halfback, Billy Parker, lays the lumber there.
2-and-out time again for Ottawa. That was their Achilles heel last year. They just could not move the football. Anthony Alix, the kick again to Logan. Antoine Pruneau, last year's #1 pick for the Ottawa Redblacks, downfield very quickly to stop Logan in his tracks. Pruneau drafted 4th overall by the Redblacks last year, and he fit in like a glove.
Well, he sure did, moving into that Sam or strong side linebacker position, a spot typically reserved for American players. But the feeling in Ottawa was that and not free safety was his natural spot. Became a starter very early in the season, made a real good veteran in TJ Hill expendable. Went on to lead all CFL rookies in tackles with 69 last season.
Well, they changed the play, but may have jumped as well here as they got to the line of scrimmage. Jeff Parrott may have moved.
Montreal number 54, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
As he did, an illegal procedure call, so it'll be first down and 15 now. One of the pillars of this line for Montreal. Again, they basically stayed together the last few years, and now they have Philip Blake alongside Jeff Parrott on that right side. Steph Logan's in the backfield now, and again Crompton checks down and changes the play. Sends out 4 receivers and goes deep this time. Sideline, S.J. Green cannot make the acrobatic catch. Downfield with that dual connect.
This was one where Jonathan Crompton was locked on S.J. Green all the way. Green kind of signaled to him before the snap and basically said, bring it my way. We know what we're getting coverage-wise with that pre-snap motion. The timing a little bit off down the sideline.
Second down and 15. Haven't heard from Nick Lewis yet as they go for Nick Lewis, wearing number 8, and of course we know Nick Lewis is wearing number 82 for so many years. 12, as a matter of fact, in Calgary. So many 1,000-yard seasons. A future Hall of Famer in so many respects. Said that he wanted 18, his old number, but Crompton had that. Couldn't go to 82 because that's taken on this team as well by Jared Zaleski. So he just decided, I'm going to go to 8. It's kind of like 18.
Something kind of fresh. New city, new start for Nick Lewis. Not the same Nick Lewis who rattled off 9 straight 1,000-yard seasons, but a guy who's still got something to contribute.
Bidet. It's a bit of a wobbly one this time. Chris Williams again on the bouncer. Scoops it up. No yards is the call here, but look at this. As Williams tries to kick it outside, but he's going to be tracked down. Or will he? No, he won't. Down the sideline and knocked out at the 50-yard line. A pair of penalty flags, one at the 41-yard line and one over at the 50-yard line of Montreal. 48-yard kick, a 10-yard return, but Williams ran basically 60.
That ball on the ground, it's where a lot of times players can start getting out of their lanes a little bit. You see Winston Venable learning about the speed of Chris Williams.
Montreal, number 38. During the return, illegal block. Ottawa, number 22. Back 5 yards from where the ball was caught. First down, Ottawa.
So final few ticks left here in this first quarter. We haven't seen any of the high-powered offense that we might have expected with all the new receivers yet. Montreal scored on its opening drive. Nothing since then. Should be the final play of this opening frame. Burris will hand it off to Chevy. Siobhan Walker as the clock ticks down to 0. 1 quarter complete. The first game of the 2015 CFL season. Terrell Sutton's touchdown, the only score so far on the opening drive of the game. Alouettes, Redblacks. Second quarter when we come back on Thursday Night Football. Welcome back to Molson Stadium in Montreal. 6-0 Alouettes, the unconverted touchdown on the first long convert in CFL history. We talked about the new season. We also have a new commissioner in the Canadian Football League, Jeffrey Orridge. Welcome to the new season.
Thanks so much.
Getting a chance to kick it off, your first game as a commissioner. How do you feel?
It's an indescribable feeling. The energy, the excitement, the electricity in the fans. It's incomparable.
Now you're starting off your tenure with a whole lot of new rules here in the Canadian Football League. I know you've been a fan for a while. What's your favorite rule change so far? What are you looking most forward to seeing?
You know, I don't have a favorite yet. I think only time will tell. I'm really excited about the fact that the game will be more open and there'll be more of an opportunity for aerial offense because there will be no contact after the first 5 yards. So it's going to be challenging for the defense, no doubt, but I think the game will be open and more opportunities for scoring, for sure.
Henry Burris slings it out to Siobhan Walker. Penalty flag. Big gain up near the midfield stripe. So we talk about your first game. How have your first few months been as commissioner? Eye-opening, exciting, exhilarating, challenging?
All of that and the above.
Ottawa,
all of the above and more.
5-yard penalty. Still second down.
You probably had a lot of people who used to call you Jeffrey or Jeff or Mr. Orridge. What's it feel like to be called commissioner?
Well, you know, the only person who's not calling me commissioner is my wife, and I keep asking her to say, look, it's okay. You don't have to call me Mr. Commissioner. Just commissioner's fine. But I can't get her to do that either. I don't know. No, it's really, it is a dream come true, and to be disconnected to the fans and be part of this league is amazing. It's a real family situation.
Second down and 12. Burris hangs in, throws, and caught again by Ernest Jackson. I know your son's become a big CFL fan.
Yeah. You know, he actually was starting. He got me watching the CFL when we moved up to Canada 8 years ago, because he's a big sports fan, and even though I used to follow it whenever I could in the States, he definitely got me even more excited about it years ago.
Burris puts a receiver in motion here. Patrick Lavoie. 1st and 10. Redblacks moving the ball. Burris, strong arm, deep downfield. We talk so much about the rules and the officials. Big deal today for the officials, signing a 4-year deal.
Yeah, no, it was huge. It provides stability for the league and that kind of cohesiveness that that fans and the league wants and needs. So it was tremendous for us.
Well, you've had an opportunity to visit a few CFL cities during the preseason. First stop in Montreal, Molson Stadium. Give us your impressions of the environment here.
It's an incredible environment. It is so collegial and so family-oriented. And the energy is incomparable.
2nd down and 10. They send 4. Burris lets it fly again in traffic and almost picked off. Another penalty flag. Burris and Ernest Jackson try to hook up once again. As you took over this job, there were a lot of talking points, particularly in Toronto with the Argonauts.
Illegal contact on receiver, Montreal number 39, 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
I don't know how you wave that magic wand, but you get the deal done very quickly.
Well, a deal of that magnitude is very complicated, and there was a lot of heavy lifting even before I started.
Of course, our parent company, Bell, purchasing the Argos, and the big deal of the fact that they have a stadium down the road.
Yeah, no, I think that's going to be huge, and not just a stadium, but a great environment to play. A lot more energy and a real community feeling.
So, down to the 48. Burris. Again out of the backfield, it's picked off. Alan Michael Cash has the interception. Mr. Commissioner, welcome to the new season. Welcome to the Canadian Football League.
Thanks so much. Really a pleasure being here.
Great to have him aboard. Jeffrey Orange, the new commissioner of the Canadian Football League. And big turnover here. Hit a couple bodies, and A.M. Cash cashes in. 6-0 Als on Thursday Night Football. That is hilarious. I do not want to hear any quarterback say that they can or overthrow a receiver, but they can do that. Oh my goodness. And Alan Michael Cash, after Henry Burris, put it into the wrong arms here.
Well, this ball deflected at the line of scrimmage. You're going to see a little bit of a loop around there from Cash. One-handed grab for the big fella.
Jonathan Crompton comes up slinging, and it is picked back. Picked off right back. And the Ottawa Redblacks get it back. Abdul Kane ended up with a football, had the block.
Well, really,
and it ended up in Ottawa's mitts.
Well, this one, though, I'm going to trace to the hit coming from Justin Capicotti, defensive end, former teammate of Jonathan Crompton, but no love lost here as Crompton steps up. There's Capicotti with the big hit. No way that ball's staying on target.
Watch Kane from the blind side. And picking it up is Moten Hopkins, a former Alouette.
1st down.
So an illegal substitution here. So another turnover here as Jonathan Crompton came out firing. So back-to-back picks. Back-to-back line of scrimmage picks. Don't see that very often.
Not a whole lot. The team's putting on the pressure, as you saw the halfback blitz from Kane, getting a piece of the throwing arm there as Capicotti came from the front side. Hit Crompton in the face.
Ottawa illegal substitution. 13 men were on the field. So after that turnover, 1st and 20. Once again, it's Jackson, Billy Parker, and another flag.
Passer, Montreal number 55, 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
Gabriel Napton too close to Henry Burris. So Ottawa will move the ball even further into Alouette territory.
Well, Napton's working against the right tackle. Colin Kelly. May have been a little bit of a shove off by the O-lineman here as he's throwing him down. That little tug down that the O-lineman will sometimes do when they feel like they're losing ground. And that resulted in Napton falling into the legs. That hit outside of what they call the strike zone on the quarterback, Burris.
Redblacks trying to strike now. Napton not happy with the call. They load up the box here, but they only rush 3. Burris has time. Goes over the top. Very little gain here. Greg Ellingson has his first reception, the former Ticat, former target with Burris in Hamilton. Ellingson was a forgotten man, really, though, with the Tiger Cats last season because of injury and numbers.
Well, really battled injuries starting at the end of his rookie season in 2013. Had been among the league's leading receivers prior to getting hurt after 12 games. He had 800 yards through the first 12 weeks, but then had to be shut down the rest of the year.
Henry Burris 8 for 13. And looking for Maurice Price, watched by Mitchell White on the corner. So it's going to be 3rd down. And again, a drive stalls for the Ottawa Redblacks. And a similar refrain, even with new receivers, to what we saw last year. Their inability to get to that score zone, the red zone.
Yeah, just a matter of consistency. And John Climby talked about it off the top. This is a team that listed the things that they felt they needed to upgrade offensively. Began with that receiving core, a little bit on the offensive line as well. They've upgraded those things. Now all eyes are on Henry Burris.
And on Delbert Alvarado, who had his first field goal attempt blocked by John Bowman. Hold, kick, and through. Alvarado has his first field goal of the season. First field goal as a Redblack. Ottawa's on the board. They cut the lead in half, 6-3 on Thursday Night Football.